I will use the cats again. And there they are. And then we can scale, set the size of this. So you can drag it out, or I can just put 22 as the width, and then click close. And if I press this, it will show me how big the material is, that green line. So I need to draw a square on that green line. Let's hit apply and close. And then I need to select the image and that, and go here to crop bitmap, and that crops it. And then I can go here to two views next to each other, and I can turn this off. And then I'm going to trace bitmap. So this will open up, so I can select the bitmap. And this will separate it into 16 colors, or however many you choose. So if I click on that and then I go preview, so it gives me that one. If I click on this preview, it'll give me another one. So you can get multiple things at once, multiple vectors. So you can't do that without doing the separations yourself in like Photoshop, using Rhine for that vectorized thing. So that's why this is kind of, if you're interested, it's also not just for tracing, but you can also like carve down at different levels, like take away like all this material in here and have like different depths. So we have in here, I'll preview the first layer. And here I'm on layer 1. I know I want 3 layers, so I'm just gonna add 2 more layers, and I can change the color just to make it easier. And then you have to highlight the layer, and then you can click apply and then close. And then I can go and highlight layer 2 and go back to that trace bitmap. You have to select the bitmap. Oops. Select.
So the bitmap refers to the line that's you're choosing.
The bitmap is the image. It's
The whole image is a bitmap.
Yeah, bitmap. The vectors are the lines.
Okay, now the different colors you're choosing the vector to follow.
Well, it's going and looking at the value kind of, and then making a tracing kind of based on the color. So like this now, I'm here on layer 2. So if I apply that to layer 2, then I can just also highlight layer 3 and click layer 3 and preview and apply, and see you can see the blue layer, the red layer, and the green layer, and some of them are overlapping. So, and then I'll close that. There is also here a picture editor, so you can change like the contrast and invert the image if you want. Just make it grayscale, add borders and stuff. So I'm going to close this one. Oops.
So you always have to go in and choose the parts you want, or does it sort of will it do it automatically if you let it do that? Just do
It's
the best rendering it can do, or
well, if I go like here and I just choose that bitmap, like I can adjust this
oh, okay.
um, to the number of colors, and that'll be, but you'd have like 16 different layers. So each, it would be another vectors for each.
So then it takes the
Yeah, but it just depends what you want. But and you can also change how square or like how tight and loose. And if you have lots of little dots, you can change that here. And this will just change the bitmap. So here I have my toolpath. My material I already set up. And I'm going to choose a profile toolpath. And I'm just going to turn off these two and highlight this first layer. So that's my profile toolpath. This is where you will be able to upload the tool database and choose the machine that we're using. We might have to put that in manually, but basically I have there's all these tools that you can choose. I have the engraving one is the only one right now because these are all grayed out. And again, just like that other one, you can say on. Do you want the tool inside, outside? So this is would normally be used for like cutting shapes out, but we're not going to do that. Uh, a ramp will have it go like gradually in at an angle, or a helical ramp, or just a linear ramp. We don't need that because we're just going to be doing a drawing. And also you could add tabs, which would hold the pieces in that you would cut out by hand. And then I can click calculate. I don't have any vectors selected, so I'll just select them all. And you can click this and it will stay out there. So it's saying the tool will cut through the material because my cut depth is 0.1 inches. But on the machine upstairs, I have like a spring on the drawing thing. So it's going to like go down and put some, or just has weight on it. So it can go down farther than it needs to. So it will cut. So that's okay. So here's that first profile. Can close that. It's stuck. Don't crash. Okay. There we go. So now if I go to layer 2 and highlight that, I can do another profile. Always forget to pre-select. Okay. Close that. Layer 3. Oops. So now I have all 3 profiles. So one thing you'll notice is I just have one line. So if I was cutting through like a piece of plywood, I would have it like not cut through a 3/4 inch piece of plywood in one pass. I'd go down a little bit and cut, and then a little bit more and cut, and a little more and cut. Yeah, yeah. So once I have these profiles, then I can save the tool paths here. And I'm going to save them to multiple files because I want to maybe change the color between each thing. Or if you're going to change a tool, you have to let it stop. So this machine I have here upstairs is the easy router, and I've uh, got this post processor, and I have my USB drive. So I'll save these tool paths. Yeah. So if I open this up, this is what this G code looks like, but it is missing something, which is the reference to where we're going to be indicating the where the center of that piece is. So I'm going to put that in, and that's a number from G54 through 59. And so you can have separate locations for different things on the bed, but we can't use G54 on this machine, so we're going to use G55. And I'll change the other ones up there. So this we can eject. And go upstairs.
You're gonna make the kitties.
Huh?
You're gonna make the kitties.
We're making the kitties. We're
So drawing the kitties. Yes.